safeties coach and co-defensive coordinator Mickey Conn. If y'all have any questions, feel free to fire away.
Mickey, what was your message at halftime? So the third quarter, y'all go for 21 straight unanswered points. When you're up 13-6, what was that message that you sent to the guys, and especially your position group?
Yeah, I think the first thing is you come in and you be positive. You held them to 6 points, and then just go over the troubled areas. So get all the plays and the formations that we saw starting with play one, and just go straight through the script for the whole first half. Just encourage them. They're doing a great job. They're playing great. Just keep making plays, creating turnovers, which has been really big for us.
Okay, what's your diagnosis of the big plays allowed? I guess not just last week against Furman as well. Is there a common thread?
Yeah, I think against Furman it was the screens. We were so aggressive, coming in there trying to get to the quarterback that we forgot to cover our screen guys, and then put an emphasis on that this past week and did a really good job, I thought, adjusting to the screen game. And then the big plays that we gave up this past week was just some technique things that have got to get cleaned up. We had a cover two coverage on, and our corner triggers on a flat route, leaves a guy wide open for a hole shot. We got to do a better job being patient. So playing a lot of young guys, a lot of young corners and safeties and inexperienced safeties at that. And they just got to get in the fire and got to learn. And hopefully they'll continue to improve and get better to prevent that. And then on the big one, the 46-yarder, we had a little zone blitz right there, and the Mike linebacker, he's got to get out under 3, and he didn't get out under 3, and then our middle of the field safety missed the tackle, and then that thing goes for a while, and then luckily our field corner was really hustling to get him down.
Mickey, where do you think the defense is as you guys get into the meat and potatoes of the schedule for your championship goals?
Yeah, I think we're in a good place. I think we still got a lot to improve on. We had I guess 5 guys out for the game that we didn't have with us. You got 3 linebackers in there that are relatively brand new, that are learning. You got 2 true freshman corners out there at times that are playing. So, man, every game, every play is a growth moment for us. And, we need to continue to see these guys continue to climb and get better and better and better with each play. Each play on defense right now has a life of its own. And I think you're going to see continued improvement with these guys and continued focus, as they learn how important it is.
Now that you've had a chance to watch the film, how do you feel like RJ graded out?
Oh man, RJ graded out really well, man, he's so instinctive in making plays, and just every time he's out there, something big happens, and that interception that he had on a little trick play, stayed at home. Just a great play, very instinctive, and his tackling has gotten 100% better than it was last year. So his physicality, you saw that big hit that he had out there after it broke free. But really a smart, intellectual player with, he's doing really good, really pleased with him.
From game 1 to game 3, what's something the defense improved the most on?
Well, I'd say covering screens. That'd be the first one. We did terrible on screens against Georgia Tech and Furman, but we've improved on that. And then, I think the effort this past game and the relentlessness of guys running to the football was something we wanted to see improve, and we definitely saw that.
Talk about all the inexperience and how much they just have to learn in the moment. I mean, how much, from your experience, can you see players that have started one place in week 1 to week 12 or 13? How much room is there for that to grow after week 2?
I think a lot of that is confidence. You get out there and there's 85, 90,000 people, and this is your first time. You're coming from a high school where there was 1,000 people at your game, and now all of a sudden, man, you're on the big stage, and your mind is racing 1,000 miles an hour. You've got all these plays and things that you've got to run that you never had to run before. You know, when you're in high school, you have a few plays that you run, but you know, when you get up here, man, everything is situational. I mean, everything is situational. Calls are situational. And, you know, when you're a young player, you're trying to process all that. You're trying not to embarrass yourself or the team. You know, you want to do good, you know, and I think the more you play and the importance of experience, the more confidence you get. And the more confident you get, the better you play, the better you perform. And I think you're going to see, you know, drastic improvement with a lot of these guys.
How do you assess the man coverage of the secondary overall when you guys have been in those situations?
We've been in a lot of zones. As far as man coverage, you know, we got to win, so we got to do better and win our one-on-one matchups. You know, but we're in phase. We just got to make the play on the ball.
Mickey, do you anticipate having Andrew and Nate back this weekend?
We're hoping.
Yeah.
So, you know, I know our doctors and trainers are working like crazy to get them ready, but that'd be a big shot in the arm if we can get them.
I'm sorry, the ACC is just so full of great quarterbacks. What's the challenge now, especially this week?
Well, we're excited for the challenge, man. It's you know, and Sam Hartman's a great quarterback, and you know, we're excited for the challenge with him and all of them that we'll see. I mean, you know, as a competitor, you come to Clemson because you want to face the best of the best of the best, and you want to play in the biggest games, and you want to be on the biggest stage. And you know, these guys, they're not scared of that. They want that, and you know, they're ready for the challenge.
You had such sure tacklers last year on the perimeter, in particular with Booth and Goodrich and others. How would you assess the tackling from the secondary as a whole and the angles and things like that?
I think Georgia Tech game, it wasn't as good as we wanted it to be. But then you come back in this past game and the Furman game, I thought was really good. I thought we'd done a good job with some of our perimeter tackling.
I guess going back to Sam Hartman, is there anything in particular stands out about him that makes him a unique quarterback?
He's just a competitor. You know, he's been there for a while. He's run this offense. He's a smart guy. He knows how to read. You know, with what they're an RPO team, and he knows how to read it, and he's very patient with his reads. So we got to be patient with him.
Mickey, I'm pretty sure there's nobody on this team that's lost to Wake Forest since in quite some time. Is there a danger in complacency, or is it the approach you guys always take that's led to this big winning streak?
Well, right now they're the division champ, so you know there's no complacency with us, and their offense has been the best or up at the top in the country. They run more plays than anybody. I mean, these guys are fast, man. They line up, they run a play. They line up, they run a play. Man, that's a big. If you're a defensive player and a defensive coach, man, that's exciting because you want to, you know, that's a big challenge, and you know, and that's what we're looking for, and we respect what they have done and the way they built that program. So there is absolutely no complacency on our part, man. We are full throttle ahead.
Nikki, what's the key for Jalen coverage? Seems like La Tech kind of picked on him a little bit at times.
Say that again. Sorry.
Just the key for Jalen in coverage.
Yeah, just you know, just continue to. Number one, you don't trip. You know, he got himself off balance there on that one coverage. And just trust yourself. I think he wants to do everything perfect. He wants to do everything exactly right. And when he does that, sometimes he just gets himself out of position. Man, just go be instinctive. Go play football. Go relax. And, man, let's go have fun. You know, that's my message to him. You're fast. You're a good football player, man. Go out there and play with the confidence, you know, that you have, and go own it.
Any questions for Coach from Zoom?
Hey, Mickey, David Hill with ESPN. Liberty last week, I just raised some eyebrows by kind of, I don't know, it probably came off a tad condescending call, but saying that if they got pressure on Wake, that Wake would probably not respond well. That's largely what ended up happening in the game, and when Wake has been under pressure, they have not done great over the last few games. I'm just curious, how much is sort of
Yeah, I think getting pressure on any quarterback is critical, man. You know, try to mess up their timing, and that helps on the back end in your coverage. I mean, anytime you can disrupt the quarterback and his receivers and their timing, I think it's huge. You know, that's a big part of defensive football.
Matt Conn with ClemsonSports.com. I was just going to ask about the receivers Wake Forest has and what kind of talent with A.T. Perry and some of those guys.
Yeah, he's extremely good receiver. They're slot receivers, very quick, you know, and they do a great job getting open. They do, you know, what their receivers do. They do a great job of reading off your leverage, and then like you said, the Perry kid, man, he can go up and get it. He's very talented, you know, and they're playing with a lot of confidence.
And just with the young corners that you guys have with Jayden and Toriano, just how hard is that adjustment early on, and how do you feel like they've done so far, and how close are they to being guys that you trust to go out and play in any situation?
Well, right now they got to go play. So you know, what I'm excited about is they got a lot of reps this past week against La Tech, and they're going to continue to get better, man. That was big when you go from playing like 9 plays the week before to playing 42 plays last week, man. You're only going to see improvement, and I think you make the most improvement from that first big moment to that second game that you play. You know, it's going to change probably the way mentally they prepare in their mind. Man, now the game's going to be on me, so I expect to see great improvement. These are very talented corners, and they'll answer the challenge. I'm excited for them.